Do you even care anymore? Not about that situation, about this.
Well, I was all in.
Ravens are...
Some of the ring camera footage I had seen.
9:23, please.
Sorry.
Not 9:01. Thank you. So I made a big damn deal about it earlier today. And you know what? You are not... You usually take the devil's advocate. You're very big on big picture, young people. Do they even care about this, Kenny? Do they care about that? You don't want me to be too stuck in the past. And honestly, I think that's a great thing because, you know, you get stuck in the past, times change, and you can end up getting yourself in a lot of trouble. But I saw what the Ravens did, and we played Ken Wyman, and Ken, Ken's a guest, and he does us a favor when he comes on. You're gone for 5 minutes. It's 8 o'clock in the morning. He's an afternoon show host. You don't need the aggravation. And I've done the same thing for Ken in the afternoon. You know, we like to be friendly with each other. But when you start out a conversation of, well, I don't want to tell you how to feel, you sit there and go, well, you're damn right you ain't going to tell me how to feel.
You should have seen the look on our faces when he said that.
I almost got out the don't tread on me flag. Like, it got real. It got real like, you stayed down the end of the driveway, sir. Like one of them deals. The Ravens are having their 30th anniversary celebration on the week they play the Browns. And Lyman had said, like, oh, well, maybe you have to... They're saying they planned this before they even knew the schedule. And I say, Bolsheviks. I can blame everybody I want to. You want to sit there and blame the NFL? Go ahead and blame the NFL. Go blame Paul Tagliabue for letting it happen, if you want to do that. You want to blame Mike White? Blame Mike White. Mike White ain't blameless in any of all this stuff. But they're having their 30th anniversary celebration the week they play against the Cleveland Browns coming up this Sunday. And they're rolling out all their dignitaries. The mayor at that time, I think one of the governors at that time, or lieutenant governors. The governor might be dead at that time. I'm not sure. Art Modell's family member. Who's John Modell, a son, or what is he? No, nephew, brother? I don't know. I have no idea. I obviously haven't kept up with the family since 1995.
David Modell was the son.
David was the son. David has passed away.
John Modell is Art Modell's son as well.
Okay, so it's the other son.
He has a sibling who was David Modell.
He's a representative of his father, the late Art Modell. And I ranted and raved against this because Baskin got pretty passionate about it yesterday. And I totally agree with Andy. And I can't say this enough. Like, Lima, you kind of dug in there. And you go, well, Ken, do you feel this way because the Browns haven't been that good for 30 years? Yeah, you're damn right I feel this way because the Browns ain't been that good for 30 years. I feel this way because I had a listener and a viewer who's a good man get in an animated argument with me about how the real Browns are over in Baltimore and how I can't stand that level of thinking. And it's always blamed on, well, the Browns aren't good. So that's why the real Browns are in Baltimore. I go, no. The real Browns aren't good, but they are right here in Cleveland, Ohio. And then I start to think about it. I go, to me, it becomes a bigger thing. I'm not trying to be too on my soapbox here or be too poetic about it. I'm not going to turn into Tennessee Williams over this. But damn it, you know, there's a lot of things that people like to talk about us and about this region. And one of the things that people get together on and can agree on in this region and be together on in this region, what makes this region special is the game of football. Whether it's played at a high school, college, or pro level, and it doesn't matter how successful it is. It is something that is very special that we believe belongs to us. Green Bay can call themselves Title Town. The South can talk about college football all they want, but we believe that, and I know where the first college game was played, but we believe that we are the heart and soul in this region of the sport of football. And when I get another place kind of dumping on you, it seems, and I don't think it's a shot at the Browns front office or organization, what the Ravens are doing. When you march out the son of that guy, when you march out all the dignitaries that helped put this thing together to get that team out of Cleveland, to upset this fan base, to have grown men out there with hacksaws talking about how they have been completely and utterly betrayed, and they're 100% correct when they said that. I feel like it is a shot directly at Browns fans, and I do not defend the Browns, Cavs, Guardians. I don't sit there and defend them like that because they're organizations. It's about the fans for me. I get excited for fans. I feel bad if I feel bad for anybody. I feel bad for fans. And I think that this is a direct shot. Don't give me this, we didn't know, and it just happened to be the Browns. You could tell Johnny Unitas to fly in at another time. I'm sure Ozzie could have found a flight next week.
Do you feel it is our responsibility to make sure that the younger fans understand what's at stake when it comes to this type of thing, when it comes to the history? Because everything I keep seeing online when we have these conversations, young fans are like, you guys, get over it. Get over it. It's a new day. Like, what's the big deal? Because they will never understand what it was like to have a team ripped from them. You know, when we had Ken Weinman on, he remembered Baltimore, the Colts, because he was 12 years old.
It's much easier to get over it when you have Ray Lewis and Jonathan Ogden and Ed Reed.
They won.
And you win Super Bowls.
They won. If the Browns won, guys, you wouldn't, honestly, I'm telling you this, you might think this is controversial. Had Baltimore kept the colors, kept our colors, stolen our colors from us, but we have Super Bowl championships. The Baltimore Browns, whatever, I think if we were the Cleveland Ravens, you wouldn't care as much because you'd have winners. You'd be celebrating a new era of winning. But because we don't have that, it's like, yeah, we got the colors and the records. We fought for it. Awesome.
But that's what makes it more ours.
We also got handicapped from the get-go. We got a crap stadium from the get-go.
But that's why I argue for it. That's why I get mad and argue for it. Because the fans can't help what the ownerships do. Okay? The fans can't help.
Yeah, nothing to do with it.
The fans couldn't help that Al Lerner helped Art Modell move this football team. The fans can't help that his son didn't care about running this franchise and tried to be hands-off as much as he could for 10 years after his father's died.
Yeah, living overseas.
The fans can't help that I still believe Johnny was drafted without anybody else having a say in it. The fans can't help that they traded for Deshaun Watson. The fans can't help any of that. You know what they could help? Suing the NFL, taking people to court, fighting for the history of the football team, and remembering the good days as much as they can, and fighting for their history. That's what counts. I can't help what they do on the football field on Sunday.
It just sucks,
but
Kenny,
I'm going to try to fight for what I can control.
That the young fans just don't seem to care about any of that. They're having the records and having the history. They're just like, wake me up when we can win. You know, that game was the least attended Browns game, the opener of all games.
It ain't the kids buying the tickets now, is it, Tone?
It's the least attended opener. It's the least attended Browns game since 2018. So it's apathy as much as I've ever seen for the opener for the Cleveland Browns, and you're playing the Bengals. And it just is amazing to see where we're at. And so I'm glad you're doing this. I'm glad Baskin's doing it. I heard Nick yesterday. Oh, great job.
But I don't want to be yelling at a wall. And I feel more and more walls being built in front of me, and I don't want it to happen. I don't want to advocate for that wall to be built. I will admit 100%, if we were coming off of 14-3, I don't know, I'd probably still hate it a little bit more. If we had 2 Super Bowl champions, I wouldn't think it's as big of a deal.
I don't even know if it would get brought up.
It would get brought up.
Because you'd be like, you know what?
Get brought up.
We had to lose them to win. That's what you'd probably say. You'd probably, if it had been reversed.
It would get brought up, and I still wouldn't like it. I don't think I'd be red-faced and yelling about it at 6 a.m. the way, we were talking about baseball at 6 a.m. Go back and listen, 923thefan.com and on the free Odyssey app. I wouldn't be all red-faced and shouting myself hoarse the way I am now if we had 2 Super Bowl championships. If we had a quarterback that we really firmly believed was capable of taking us further, I'd be sitting here talking about beating the Ravens more than I am being upset about something that happened 30 years ago when I was a child and when you were a preteen. I'd be much more, and Owen was in Oklahoma, God bless him. I'd be much more focused on the future instead of arguing about the past. And I get that some people are like, man, you keep arguing about the past, man, ain't nothing changed. And I am sick and tired of that. It scares me. It scares me, the apathy that plays into this. I told you I had a buddy his son, they gave up season tickets, and they were offered tickets, club seat tickets for Sunday's game against Cincinnati. And his son, no, I've already made a tee time. They're not going to get me. They're not going to trick me again. I go, guys, it's supposed to be a pro football team. This ain't no battle of wills.
That's the opener.
And that's the fans I'm talking about there. The fans, they want a winner. And I could give lip service all I want. And this, to me, is like the last stand of something I can actually control as a fan. That I can actually have a voice and have a microphone in front of me and say, no, this is wrong. This is a spitting in the face of you because We didn't like Art Modell I mean, really, honestly, it was probably a tenuous relationship to begin with when you go and you fire Paul Brown, but they did win a championship with Blanton Collier, but all the other things that Art Modell has done. And then when you move the team, obviously he's the most reviled man in Cleveland, Ohio. And you take the team, you move the team, and they knew from the get-go, well, we're going to try to put him in the Hall of Fame. Where's the Hall of Fame located? Canton. Oh, that's 50 miles away from Cleveland. Well, obviously that's not going to go too very well. And it didn't seem that Steelers fans were too very thrilled about having the Baltimore Ravens out there. They seem to be all with us on that one. That's one thing that we could get along with on. And so now you have a fan base that they know is going to boo their father or their founder or whatever they want to call that cretin. And they're going to be upset about that, putting him into the Hall of Fame. And the ownership knows that of the Baltimore Ravens. The organization knows that of the Baltimore Ravens. And they know that fans are going to boo him. They know that fans weren't necessarily nice about it when Art passed. We remember that Sunday. We know that. And I said, I'm not going to sit there and I'm not going to cheer, but I don't know if I need to have a moment of silence myself over this because we're sitting in the middle of another not-so-great season, all because I think it's been caused by this guy. And I think they're saying, okay, 30 years against the Browns. Here's Ozzie. Here's his son. I'll stick it to you as best we can. You guys won't put him in the Hall of Fame. I'm going to make sure that you guys see it on TV because you'll be tuned in on CBS, and they will show it coming back from break. I guarantee it. And I ain't going to be happy about it, neither will any Browns fan out there be. So this is my last stand. I can't defend bad decisions and bad coaching and bad management. I can't defend these things. It's blamed right on them by the final score of the football games and the mistakes that they've made. But I can fight this, and I think it's ridiculous. You could pick any other day. Teams change their plans at all times. They change their plans all the time for things. All the time. We were going to celebrate no matter what. Really? You got 9 dates, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe 8. I'm not sure how it works out for them this year. You couldn't have celebrated another Sunday? Couldn't have figured out when and go, okay, when did it come out? May 11th? I think, for whatever reason, that date sticks out to me. Say it was May 11th is when the schedule came out, or 13th. Okay, the night of the 13th. Hey, or you go, hey, Ozzie, you going to be open on these dates? Because, because if you do it against the Detroit Lions, I think they got the Lions next week. If you do it against the Lions next week, no one says boo to a goose. Go do it. Yeah, have your fun. You do it against the Browns, it comes off personal. I don't care what they say. And then you got that holier-than-thou organization that acts like everything is hunky-dory with them, and every other team has skeletons in their closet. Just go listen to one press conference from John Harbaugh. Acts like they're a pee-wee football team. Please. You got as many skeletons in your closet as we do ours, like every other NFL team out there. And you can deny it all you want. Let me add one more thing. For the folks they're big Indians fans first, Guardians fans first, it's great. It's great. I'm not a football guy. I'm a football guy. That's cool. You should be almost as mad as I am. There are plenty of people there, baseball fans first. They hate that we talk as much as we do about the Browns. They hate that the fan base loves the Browns as much as they do. And I go, okay, but if we do know the history, and you can go find the history, who's the guy who had the rent so exceedingly high because he knew the team couldn't really move other than to another city and was willing to risk that team moving to another city? That should have been our first indication. Who's the guy who had the rent so high for 30-plus years over at the old stadium that kept them from actually being able to get players? Who was that? Who was the guy who operated that building, who kept the rent high on the Indians? Who was that guy? Oh, yeah, that's right. But I'm supposed to just go ahead. Yeah, go ahead. These things are different.
I'm surprised you're not upset with the NFL over this.
I can be upset at both. Both these things can be true.
Obviously, the NFL seems complicit in this. They do the same thing with the Tennessee. I think they like one team.
Of course they do.
Crapping all over another because it adds to the storylines and the intrigue. And so the NFL, I think, is just complicit in this and wanting you to soak it all in because they like the storyline. And if the Browns could actually win with Joe Flacco going back there, I think that's part of it. Like if Joe Flacco, when was it announced? When did we pick up Joe Flacco in relation to when the actual schedule came out? What if that has anything to do with it? Like if Joe Flacco,
so they decided to do it with Joe.
If Joe, that adds to the juice of the game now. Otherwise, you just be a big dog, and who cares? People around the league would be like, "All right, the Ravens are going to crush the Browns," but it's Joe Flacco who's going to be a part of the celebration. Like he is absolutely going to be on the video board. They're going to mention his name. They're definitely going to be including him.
I don't fault him for anything. I'm not saying that you're thinking I'm going to fault him for anything. I don't fault him if they have a trinket or whatever for him before the game. Do they have trinket for other guys on the teams? Are they going to have trinkets for them, or are they just handing Joe a trinket?
No,
if they just hand Joe a trinket, then I think it's a false trinket.
We don't even know anything specifically outside of some of the performative stuff they're going to do. And also, I said, are they going to be showing a bunch of like Ravens dominating the Browns highlights in their video montage?
Well, there were a lot of games where that in fact happened.
Because if they do that, then it's so abundantly clear.
Well, then I think you really need to just get ready for that, because there's going to be should
they play Stefanski have his team watch it?
They play. No, you go through your regular
thing.
That
wouldn't fire the guys up?
I don't think it's going to fire anything up.
If Stefanski said they are going to mock you before the game, and Stefanski pulls his kicker over as well, consoles him first, and then gives him a vote of confidence, and then says, hey, they are mocking you, and they're mocking the city that you guys spend time in. How do you feel about that? Do you think Stefanski could get him riled up?
No.
All right, then we'll just go get trounced then.
Well, I'm not saying that.
We'll just throw our hands up in the air and say, woe is me. I guess it's just not our week.
Ethan Posick is from Lamont, Illinois. I have Carson Schlesinger tonight for the preview show. Should I ask him if he knew that
yes,
if he knows that 100%. The Ravens are the old Browns?
We will play that, absolutely.
I interviewed him the night he got drafted. He seems to be a fine young man. I don't want to lead him down a primrose path here.
He was also born in the 2000s, right? So
hell yeah, he was born in the 2000s. I mean, this all happened,
and the Browns were already back by the time he was born.
How old is that guy? Where is he at? He born 03? Holy wah. We're getting old, brother.
Ravens already had that Super Bowl by then.
Jeez.
Oh, boy.
By the way, Joe Flacco signed on April 11th. The schedule came out May 14th.
Kenny? Kenny?
What? So is conspiracy afoot, you're saying?
I believe so.
Well, champions pose? Now all of a sudden you're mad?
No, I just seems like the NFL is complicit.
I'm willing to bet on their video board they're going to have a lot of highlights against the Browns. There have been plenty of highlights that they had against the Browns. Naturally.
Well, it'll be going on throughout the game. It's not they're doing one video and then quitting. They're going to do it the whole game.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
So it's going to be one big pep rally.
Why don't you just get mad now instead of acting like you're going to get mad later? You might as well just get mad now.
Well, that's why I'm saying.
Because I'm mad. Join me in being mad. It's a lot of fun.
If they are doing this at the expense of the Browns, does Kevin Stefanski have an obligation to have these guys soak it in? These coaches look for any bulletin board material they can. This is emasculating what they are doing to the Browns and the team and the city.
I think it's.
I mean, if the hosts are getting mad and the players aren't,
it's motivating.
If the hosts are getting mad and the coaches aren't, then who are your coaches? You don't think Mike Vrabel would be seething, getting his team fired up to watch all
Jesuit
that?
Graduate Mike Vrabel.
Yeah. That is a good thing. Because this is where you put the spin on it here. Now I'm going to do something that's performative here. Okay? Say I'm Kevin Stefanski. I got to lose about 200 pounds first. But say I'm Kevin Stefanski, right? Boy, he lost weight. You see he lost weight?
Yeah.
He was already not in bad shape. And then I saw him and I would go, good God, Kevin. Have a hoagie for crying out loud. Or what do they call him? A cheesesteak over there. What do they call him? Okay, what you do is you go out there and you go, look around you. You have all this around you here. And I know we got guys from Lamont, Illinois, and Auburn, Alabama, and Audubon, New Jersey, and Arlington, Texas, and you look over at Miles. I know we got guys from Timbuktu to Portland, Maine to Portland, Oregon. And I know that a lot of you guys were born after all this happened. And maybe you didn't even know that this team we're playing. Maybe you do this on Saturday night in the hotel. Maybe you didn't even know that this team we're playing used to be the Cleveland Browns. And that the owner of this team that used to be the Cleveland Browns ripped them away, and the fan base ain't ever been the same since. Well, why do I tell you guys this who are from Audubon, New Jersey, and Arlington, Texas, and Lamont, Illinois, and Hamilton, Georgia, and Long Beach, California? Why do I tell you guys this? You guys aren't from here. You guys may not care. Well, Denzel's from here, and I bet that there were people around Denzel that regaled him in tales about that. But if that doesn't matter, let me tell you this, is that there are a lot of fans out there that no matter what happens, love your guys. And they know that they're not powerful in anything that goes on here with you guys. And the only thing that they can really, truly do without getting themselves arrested is to live vicariously through you. So if you guys want to go to where you want to go, I know this is a better football team than what people think they are. We proved last week we're a better football team than what people think we are. It's time for us to take the next step. And what better time and what better place to take the next step is tonight at M&T Bank Stadium, or tomorrow morning for that matter, because it would be tonight at the Saturday night at the hotel. Tomorrow morning at that stadium, in front of those fans, in front of that organization that wants to spit in your fans' face. They want to do that. That's why they're doing that today. They know that they're going to line up and kick your ass up one side of the field and down the other. That's why they picked this. They know. They saw it before this season started that you were supposed to be a 3-win football team. They saw it before the season started that we had 4 different quarterbacks in the preseason and that we were just a different joke for everybody. And if you want to prove them different, if you want to leave a legacy 95 and 21 to the fan
95.
base of your fight, to the fan base of what your career is, hey, you can't just dime it out while I'm trying to do this here. You wanted me to do it, I'm doing it here. If you guys want to leave a legacy, then it's going to have to start now. And it can't be for me. It's got to be for guys like Joel. It's got to be for each other and for yourselves. Because I can't do this every week. The fan disrespect, it's got to be about you guys. But there's no better time than right now in this place against this team to put them at 0-2, to bring a quarterback that you can't bring to justice on every single drive. There's no better place to do it. There's no better place to get your fans behind you. There's no better place to show people that this year's going to be different than tomorrow in this stadium. And if you can't find this to get you motivated, then boys, it's going to be a hell of a long year, and I might as well start packing my bags. And if I go, a lot of you are going to be coming with me.
Think Kevin will do it?
No.
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 Setbacks pave the way for comebacks.
Now go out there and play some football. Road Warriors, here we go.
Was that at least somewhat inspiring to you?
Yes.
Sounded like the same speech I gave before Fairview last week.
And
Came away with the win.
boom.
I gave that speech right before we played Manchester in the playoffs last year. Did not
How'd it
go
turn
our
out?
way. Did not go our way.
Wasn't your fault.
Hey, you didn't pack your bags. They let you stay in Streetsboro for another year.
I put him on the goal line twice yesterday.
You Fran Browned him.
We're not gonna waste each other's time here. We won't have some execution. I need better execution. I need better effing execution. And I can't say that word in front of him, so since I can't say that word in front of him, we're gonna go to the goal line.
Hey, whatever it takes. Whatever it takes.
All right.
That's how I'm gonna sound the final game of coaching. When Axel's in 6th grade next year, I'm gonna sound like Jason Brown at the end of it.
But they got to show.
Can't fire me then. Can't get rid of me then.
They
Parents.
got to show
Get a
the video
podcast.
because every Stefanski pump up rah-rah speech after the wins that the Browns put out there, Myles Garrett's in the background rolling his eyes.
Well, I did think about that where I'm talking about the fans and I'm going, oh yeah, remember there was the whole Bengals game last year. It's hard, man. It's hard. I'm a football guy. I think I was more cut out for youth football through college football guy. I don't know. I saw that Matt Rule speech, and you and I said the same thing. Like, you ain't saying that as a Carolina Panthers head coach. That ain't happening.
You really got to pick and choose your spots. This seems like a day. I'm just saying, this seems like a day where you could pick and choose.
But you want to know why I get so hard? I'm so hard on Myles and some of the other guys because it's like I can't yell at you every game.
No,
Can't do it. You guys got to do it for each other. Murphy in Cleveland, you're first up on the fan. Hello.
Well, I might be banned from calling it ever again, but I would seriously consider sacrificing any other win this year. I'd go 1-16 just to win this game. and I'm old. I'm 50, right? My 12-year-old son who loves the Browns will probably think I'm crazy, but I'm thinking like LeBron going into the Garden on Paul Pierce Day, having his jersey retired. I'm thinking I want to see all those smug people sitting in that owner's box. I want to see by the end of the game, I want to see little kids that are in there starting to tear up because the Browns are beating them so bad. I will sacrifice the entire year to see them beat Baltimore on this day. The entire year.
I mean, it would be a forgettable year. I'm not mad at him for saying this. I'd like to win a lot more games, but Murphy, I mean...
Is this back to no-hitter or the playoffs?
Thank you for the call.
That seems like the conversation the station was having yesterday.
Thank you for the call. Now, hold on here. Think about this. What? They're killing you, by the way, in the YouTube comments.
For what?
For killing the mood.
What do you mean? I'm the reason you got fired up to begin with. Because, let's face it, this whole decision, I mean, we've known about this for a month.
I am sweating.
Ken finally got mad today. It's been a month that we've known about this.
No, I got mad a month ago.
It wasn't like
I
this.
didn't get that mad. You wanted me to put on a performance just now. I just did. I was mad a month ago. You kind of poo-pooed it, and here we are the days before.
You didn't get
Baskin was with... Because
you got fired because Baskin got fired up. That's what got you fired
somebody else
up.
To be with
but we've known about this for a month.
And I got mad a month ago.
It wasn't like this.
Because we were getting ready to play the game. And I didn't know that Art Modell's son was going to be out there. All that did was re-energize.
Yeah, we just found that out.
I swear to God, I didn't know he had another son. I had no idea. I thought his only son had passed away. I'm not trying. Whatever. I don't give a damn about that. But I didn't have any backup on it, so I just figured, hell with it.
This fight. Somebody texted me this morning and goes, I don't remember Ken being this mad a month ago when this happened.
I can't sit there and scream every single show, guys. A month ago I was going to have this. Good God. And just say Keith. You don't need to say somebody. Just say Keith.
No, Ken definitely brought this up before.
This
is not... He wasn't doing all this.
All this? What is all this?
This over-dramatization.
He wanted me to do it.
He wasn't trying to embolden the players or anything like that.
I wanted a pump-up speech.
I wanted to embolden their spirit.
I wanted a pump-up speech because I'm not entirely sure the head coach can do something like that. And I'm glad Ken could find it within himself. I'm hoping the coaching staff can do that on Sunday.
There's a lot of fans
who 7:45 when they were driving in.
There's a lot of fans who really like it. And I thank you guys very much for your commendation. But I'm telling you right now, I don't mean a damn thing if Miles just goes out there and walks around. He ain't gonna walk around and play well. He'll play well. But damn, man. Whew, it's tough to get them motivated when you don't know if they're going to ever follow you through. Now, I tell you, it works now. If I try to do that in week 13, I just become John Voight at the end of Varsity Blues.
Yeah, it gets old.
Come on, damn it! Who's coming with me?
That's why I'm hoping they came out and gave a terrific effort in week 1. And you're just sitting there hoping that it's all for it's not all for now to where they just get blown out in week 2. That's like nobody will care. Nobody will care about the feel goods.
It will kill them. And now I'm serious about this. I know we got calls here. I'm serious about this. If they go out there and they roll over and die on Sunday, it's going to be twofold worse. Because fans, the guys who say they don't care right now, God bless you. It's Wednesday. Maybe you don't care. But I'm going to tell you right now, you're going to tune into that game, and you're going to see some of those things and those highlights, and that mare, that smirking mare. You remember those things when you were a kid. The look, that you-know-what-eating grin on that mare who knew that he's going to have streets named after him in Baltimore, Maryland from here on out, that he's going to be the hero of heroes because he helped steal our football team away from us, from that charlatan, with that Benedict Arnold. And you knew that you're going to see that guy, and it's going to ignite something in you. That smarmy look, it's going to get something in you. I'm going to tell you right now, it's going to get something in you. And you're going to remember it, and they go out there and they roll over and they play dead like they've done in the past. You know how pissed you're going to be. You have no idea how pissed you're going to be. And you're going to be sitting there somewhere in the third quarter, and you know that feeling where you can hear the planes flying over and stuff like that. You know, and it's just quiet and nobody cares. Well, this is a away game, so it'll probably be pretty loud. But if the game's out of hand by then, some people will probably be already going back to the parking lot, and you're going to have that feeling of, Ken was right. Ken was absolutely right. This is ridiculous because they're going to be loving it. They're going to be up 20-something points, and they come back from break, and there's going to be that old mayor, and you guys are going to be ready to put a hole in the wall, and you guys are going to do nothing but cuss out every single player in orange and brown that you see on TV. I guarantee it. It will reignite something in you, and if it doesn't, then I'm very nervous about the future of that football team. Very nervous. I'm going to tell you right now, it's Wednesday. It's Wednesday morning at 9:30. You guys got business to take care of. You got work to do. You got kids to get out to school. I get it. But damn it, come Sunday afternoon, if they go out there and they get their asses kicked up one side of this field and down the other, and they get their you-know-what's knocked in the dirt, you're going to be feeling a hell of a lot different when you see some of them highlights.